Thank you all for coming on such a cold evening. And special thank you to Natalie and everyone at RU. This is a wonderful program, and it's been such a pleasure working with you all. My name is Lara Arafeh. For those who don't know me, I'm the director of Majlis, and Majlis is a community initiative that highlights artists from the Swana region. And today I have the pleasure of introducing Hamza Halloubi. Hamza is a contemporary Moroccan-Belgian artist, and his practice spans a variety of media, including video, installation, and text-based works. He's known for his conceptual reflections on the complexities of intercultural exchange and post-colonial narrative. Resonating with viewers from different backgrounds, we're introduced to nuanced perspectives on what it means to be of different cultures and histories. His approach brought a fresh, intimate lens to complex global issues. Today, we're going to explore themes of migration, memory, and cultural identity. Thank you, Hamza.
Thanks, Lara.
So let's start with your journey into art. How did you enter into this art world, and was there a specific moment or experience that drove you into this visual storytelling?
I think it's. I don't really. I cannot. It's like just an accumulation of experiences, and I think it's like from the beginning that I want to do that, and it's. I think it's like more like a kind of journey of experimenting and try and think and failing too. So yeah, I study art, and I study art first in Morocco, and then after I moved to Belgium to have my bachelor and my master in Brussels, and from Brussels I moved to Ghent to have a post-diploma there, and from Ghent I moved to Amsterdam again for another post program. So it's more like doing like the right thing to do rather than have this kind of vocation or this romantic idea of like believing. Yeah, of course there is this belief in arts and etc. So, but there is more kind of step by step.
Yeah.
Rather than
Yeah. No, that's. You've lived in so many different places, and it's interesting that we're going to talk about all of this narrative soon. But if we can just go back to Morocco, what was it like growing up for you in post-colonial Morocco? And how was Western representation in Morocco?
Yeah, I think for me, I can say this is what maybe the video that we will start by. It's like I think the main thing for me and for my generation is like this mass immigration. You know, it's like especially that people. I am from Tangier in the north of Morocco. It's like 14 kilometers far from Spain, so we can see Spain from Tangier, and it was like I think the 90s in the 90s the Schengen thing Schengen visa starts. So like it was a moment where there is this kind of mass immigration, mass illegal immigration in Morocco. So there is this kind
like leaving Morocco.
Right.
Yeah. Through Spain.
Yeah, through Spain. Yeah.
Oh, that's
so great. I think that this is something. But like Morocco is like it's known by its like kind of immigration culture and it's like
Was there like Western representation in Morocco when you were growing up? And by that it can be, through art, but also just daily. What were you experiencing through movies, or like what were you seeing in the city?
Okay, I think I think for me it's like it was super super at this moment I was reading a lot of, for example, Muhammad Shukri, who is like a Tangiers Moroccan writer. I was reading a lot of this American writers who were in Tangier too, like Paul Bowles, William Burroughs, stuff like that. And yeah, so it was my first contact with let's see with art. It was more like literature rather than visual art, because there's not a lot of galleries and museums in Tangier. So it was my first contact, and but it was also my first contact with culture. It was through really books rather than theater or
You can definitely see that in your work.
It's a bit, yeah.
And I guess, you know, what's interesting, especially in the US, you have such a divide between like Eastern art and Western art or culture. And you obviously have both, given that you've grown up in Morocco and you have your West European experience. How do you see these two cultures coming together?
Like already from Tangier. Tangier is a bit like it's close to Europe, but also culturally it was close to Europe, and it was easy for me from this background to cross the sea and to like before to go really to Europe and to stay to live in Europe. It was already like like in this European culture, yeah, like through Morocco, because Morocco in a way is like it's also and it's a kind of Western. It's like the like it's as yeah it's like it's also like in Arabic, al-Maghrib is like the Occident. Yeah, it's like yeah. So it's like it's already this there is already this connection, you know.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
So yeah, that's very interesting about the word for Morocco in Arabic.
Right.
I guess.
But also it's had it's also had geographically, but also culturally, had specific position in the Arab world, because it's a bit it's really deep in the Arab culture, but also it's like kind of far also. It's a it's so it's yeah it's always and also like in terms of culturally the like even you will feel always that, and also you will feel but now it's different. Now of course it's different with the global culture, but like even like for example in the late 20th century you have a lot of intellectuals that they were already like Moroccan until they were already like in touch with the like for example like Abd Kabir al-Khatibi, for example. He was already like working with Roland Barthes and Michel Foucault and stuff like that, people like that. So there was already a connection.
I guess maybe let's project the first video, and yeah. So before we started, I guess a lot of your videos are very like slow and contemplative. And is there a specific, how did you come to this style of recording and visualizing?
Okay, but maybe let's
watch it first. Okay. That was a beautiful piece.
Thank you.
To me, it's almost like a poem without words. Yeah.
And without sound too.
And without sound, yeah. Can you tell us what we were seeing?
Yeah, so this video, it's one of my early pieces. It's I it this it was like, for me, it's like it was like a ritual. Every time when I go back to Morocco, I ask my brother to go in the same spot, and with my two brothers, one driving and the other one who is like there. So I ask them to have the same shot.
Yeah.
So I have many shots like that.
Okay.
You know? So and a lot of my videos, sometimes they look super short and etc. But there is a lot of, sometimes I do them a lot. So again, and they change people, like they say.
Repeating the same
thing. Yeah.
Okay.
And for example, this one and the only one that I keep, because what is, I think it's interesting, is like this kind of choreography, you know, of dogs, the car, you know, and but also what is like for me is like what is like, for example, those kind of tricks you can, of course, in cinema you can can produce them, you can bring dogs and you can etc. But here it's happened naturally, you know, and it's like it's what is interesting. Yeah, it's like it's a at this time it was really in this kind of tradition of I was believing in this tradition of cinema as a tool to record reality, like from this tradition of like new realist, of Italian new realist, or Nouvelle Vague in France, etc. So, but now I don't believe anymore in this idea of the cinema as the camera as a tool that record reality. So here I was in this moment, but of course there is another dimension. There is this kind of formality.
Yeah.
That's this idea of one shot, close up, close out.
Yeah.
The frame, that things are coming, like the frame that's framed the image. That's So all this kind of formal stuff. So So, but of course there is this question of immigration and and also the position of the viewer.
Yeah.
When you are there, are you leaving, or are you left out, or stuff like that? You have all this.
Yeah. I think once we talk about a few more pieces, we'll look at the difference between what you were saying about the camera as a tool to record reality versus what you have now, worked on. But this piece was done around the Arab Spring, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
Is there any sort of relationship between that, the Arab Spring and the migration and the kind of somber video, and your brothers specifically? It's very personal.
Yes and no. I mean, I don't know, but of course, like in my, but it's not. I don't think it's not related to the video.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What were you hoping to achieve with the video?
This one?
Yeah.
Nothing.
You just made a beautiful piece.
No, I mean, no, I don't have a message, or I just a piece that can express something, like that the viewer can express something wherever. It's really open. It can be, like can talk about like the Arab Spring, but also can talk about just
or personal
Exactly.
experience.
If you
Yeah.
have, you can see, you can experience it wherever you want,
Yeah.
like wherever your reaction
Yeah.
with it, you know.
Yeah, I like that you kind of leave it open for interpretation, and it can either be so personal, like almost like a letter to your brothers, or it can also, you know, be connected to what people might feel and like all over the world, like this feeling of longing and, you know, like leaving family, and it's a universal feeling for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So shall we show an afternoon in Larash?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this next video. So this is a part of a video. We had to cut it down a little.
La caméra enregistre. Grâce cela à prendre des images de la post-modestie. Ça fait quelques mois que je n'ai rien fait. Longtemps que je ne voulais rien faire. Il n'y a rien à faire. Elles sont surtout bien de raconter quelque chose. Elles sont là pour les un récit autour de la post-modestie. L'essentiel qu'on a se composer. De pousser sa technicité et ses feuilles vers ses limites. De ses chiffres et signes. Inventent leur propre récit. Les machines vont peut-être un jour raconter des histoires. L'image numérique ne voyage pas, elle surgit comme une apparition. Elle a réalisé quelque part, elle surgit partout, comme un fantôme. Cette image n'a ni temps ni espace. Elle est fausse, elle ne laisse pas de preuve, elle balaye cette trace. Il n'y a plus de crime, plus de voyage, plus de paysage, plus de ciel, plus de peur. Pour elle, la réalité est une autre image. Elle ne réfléchit pas le réel, mais en reproduit un autre avec des chiffres et des signes. Le numérique est une fiction. L'âge du document éphémère. Cette image surgit partout, dans la rue, pour raconter des histoires, de modernité et de contemporanéité. Cette caméra dans ma poche me permet une fois. Dans cette petite ville, au bord de l'Atlantique, si l'endroit est idéal pour en rien raconter, a-t-on besoin d'être au centre du monde pour réfléchir? Qu'est-ce que cela veut dire, d'être en dehors du monde global, en périphérie de la pensée? C'est s'arrêter avec ceux qui n'ont pas pu rejoindre le train qui est passé. Se poser sur les questions non résolues, ignorer volontairement et dépasser. Être en décalage du monde global, c'est imaginer avec ceux à qui on refuse l'accès au futur. La modernité et la contemporanéité ont balayé tout ce qui est à l'écart. Elles nous font croire qu'en périphérie, rien n'a le mérite d'être raconté. Dans un cimetière réel, je cherche la tombe de Jean Genet. Mon cousin, que cet écrivain anglais inclassable, soit enterré dans un cimetière chrétien, dans une ville musulmane. Récemment, son corps a été transporté ici presque clandestinement. Et son cérémonie officielle, comme n'importe quel pauvre ou misérable musulman maghrébin, qui n'a pas eu de place dans un cimetière d'ordre. Ce célèbre écrivain n'hésite pas à traîner son talon et sa fille dingoise pour manger ou se saouler. Lui qui faisait sa valise dans une chambre d'hôtel, passait chez Gallimard pour remplir sa poche de billets d'argent, pour aller dans une autre chambre d'hôtel répondre à l'appel d'un révolutionnaire, d'un chômeur ou d'un voleur. Il portait des vêtements de vagabond, mangeait de la purée et se foutait du temps qu'il faisait. Peu importe, il y a tellement de choses à régler qu'on n'aura pas le temps pour se mettre au soleil. Les résistants algériens, les Black Panthers ou les fidèles palestiniens. Il y a toujours une révolution quelque part qu'il ne faut pas rater.
A lot to unpack.
Sorry?
A lot to unpack. Another beautiful piece. Yeah, do you want to just start by explaining what we just saw?
So yeah, this is a video about Jean Genet. It's like a bit like it's like more about a tomb.
The tomb of Jean
the
Genet.
tomb, exactly.
Yeah. And can you explain who he is? Jean Genet is?
Yeah, Jean Genet. He's an important French writer. You know, he died, I think, in. I don't remember. It's, I think, 90s maybe. Mm-hmm. And no, but it's a really important figure in the French and international literature. Mm-hmm. He was really important. Also, he was really active during the Algerian War. The colonial, the Algerian the liberation movement.
Yeah. He was with the Algerian liberation.
Of course, but also with the he participates. Also, he supports the Black Panthers, mm-hmm. And and also he, at the end of his life, he wrote a really beautiful book about Palestine, mm-hmm. And. It was really, he was super sick and he was like finishing his book. So, and this piece, I'm talking also about this book, mm-hmm. And about the fact that the tomb, it's there in this small city. Mm-hmm. It's not in New York or it's not in Paris, you know, it's like in this place. And I was thinking, and it was for me a reflection of the place where we can think, mm-hmm. Or the place where we can reflect, and about like the hierarchy of places. There is places where it matter, where, the thought, and there is other places where it doesn't matter. We are not heard when you talk from some places. So I was like, I used the tomb of Genet, and but at the end of the film I talk about like the tomb of Genet as a kind of a monument for failure revolutions, because Genet supports all this kind of failed revolutions.
Failed revolutions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a kind of reflection, kind of melancholic reflection about what that mean revolution today, you know.
Yeah.
And through this this story, or this situation rather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Larache is a coastal city in Morocco.
Exactly.
Why was he buried there?
He was buried there because some of his friends decide. First, he had a good relation in Morocco, mm-hmm. But it seems that some friends of Jean Genet. One of them is Leila Shahid, mm-hmm. the known Palestinian activist and politician. So they decide that Genet should be buried there. I don't know why he decided that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't because he lived there.
No, he spent a lot of
He
time
did
in
spend
Morocco.
there.
In
Okay.
Morocco, but not in Lara, more
Okay.
like in Tangier and Rabat. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, can you tell us about the way that you filmed this? The camera's in your pocket.
Exactly. Yeah. So it was like I was interested in this, like that we talk about in the beginning. This idea of this kind of camera as a tool to record reality. So here in this video, I was like interested in like here the camera. It's more like a tool. The camera it's more like a body rather than an eye that's record. Here the camera is like I want in a lot of my work. I want to put the camera in a kind of uncomfortable situation.
Yeah.
And also in my work, I like to push the camera in a situation where it's like where the image it's stutters. Stutters.
Oh, stuttering.
When you are not able to. There is this kind of opposite eloquence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can't articulate the thoughts.
Exactly. So I am interested in this camera in this idea of when the image, had this.
It's not showing reality, or I guess it's not.
It's producing reality.
Yeah, it's producing a new reality.
Yeah, it's interpreted reality. Rather than So like also again, the image is like when the image had the difficulty to articulate, like when the image is weak in a way, it's like fragile, like this kind of I have a problem with the image when it's like, because the image is, of course, it's when we talk about image and representation, and it's like we are in the area of power, and we are in the area of politics, and of course it's always related. So for me, I'm interested in this, the camera in my videos. The images are doing like what I'm speaking right now, like having difficulty to articulate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the writing, that's your own, the words.
Yeah.
Yeah. There were a few things you said that I thought were really interesting. First of all, you described Larash as a Spanish Christian town in a Muslim country. Is that right?
No, a Spanish cemetery.
Oh, okay. Spanish cemetery. A cemetery.
Yeah, cemetery. Yeah.
In a Muslim country.
Right.
Okay.
By the way, it's like the soldiers, the Christian Spanish soldiers who are buried there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Jean Genet, he will really not like that.
Yeah.
So it's like really funny situation of this tomb. Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you speak in French instead of in Arabic?
Good question. Because I think writing is like coming from the reading, and because I live in Europe, and I read a lot in French, so automatically the writing,
French.
come in French. But right now I'm trying to to deal with that, to put French a bit somewhere.
I guess a small tangent. When you speak to your family, do you speak in Arabic or in French?
Of course, in Arabic.
In Arabic.
No.
Okay.
No, my French is not. It's inexistent. I mean, not inexistent, but I don't feel. This is why it's interesting also to write in a foreign language, because the writers that I'm super interested in is like the writers who have who wrote in a foreigner language, and where
And
they
foreign language.
foreigner, yeah. And what is beautiful with that is like that they have a limitation of language. For example, Shukri again, a Moroccan writer. He's from Amazigh background. So so he started to learn Arabic like super late at really at 20. He started to learn.
Yeah.
He became one of the most important Moroccan writer.
Yeah.
And
he wrote in Arabic.
he wrote now, yeah, of course. And but also, for example, Beckett, like his French writing, it's there is a limitation, and it's beautiful. I like this idea of again of having just of dealing with what you have, like some words, some 2-3 images, 2-3 things, and that you do something with it,
Okay. Let's move to the next video, just because we're short on time. And this one is one of my favorites.
Cool. So you will ask me lots of questions.
We unfortunately had to cut quite a bit of this. So if anyone wants to see the whole thing afterwards, let us know.
Pourquoi Tanger? On a souvent demandé à Paul Brooks, qui a passé la majorité de sa vie ici, parce que le kilo de tomates coûte moins cher. Répondre à son ironie habituelle.
It's strange, I've lived here 59 years and I'm still a tourist.
William Burroughs a son tour écrit à Ginsberg. Tanger serait un coin idéal pour prendre une maison où il passer 3 mois par an à écrire, baiser à gogo et pratiquement rien à débourser pour vivre. Cette ville était le décor de récits orientalistes où le Marocain n'était qu'un élément du décor et non maître de son environnement.
Very difficult to become an intimate friend of an individual here. One can appreciate the people en masse as a group.
J'approche cette littérature comme un intrus. Cette littérature écrite dans ma ville, sur ma communauté, a été conçue pour un public américain et européen. Ces auteurs ne concevaient pas qu'un lecteur marocain va lire un jour ce qu'ils ont écrit. Je lis cette littérature avec le sentiment qu'elle m'est inaccessible. Ils ne s'adresse pas à moi, même s'ils parlent de ma culture. Pourquoi prendre ces clichés au sérieux? Pourquoi j'ai à corriger l'image de l'autre sur moi? Pourquoi passer notre vie à se défendre contre l'image que l'Occident fait de nous? Pourquoi gaspiller notre temps si l'on garde pour nous-mêmes ce qu'on est vraiment, sans besoin de rectifier l'image de l'autre? Garder son image pour soi-même et laisser faire. Laisser ces images circuler, les laisser s'accumuler. Je m'intéresse à une femme nommée Shrifa, qui a émergé dans cette littérature parce qu'elle était l'amant de Jane Bowles. On l'a sortie de son épicier où il vendait du blé pour la mettre dans la littérature qui se vendait à New York, comme si elle était initiée, choisie pour un rôle à jouer. Quel rôle? L'amante, la serveuse, la sorcière. Comment peindre le portrait d'une femme qui n'existerait que quelques rares photos au voile et qui est dépeinte seulement dans une littérature étrangère à sa culture? Est-ce que je peux croire les étrangers? Est-ce qu'ils sont fiables, les étrangers? Pourquoi s'intéresser à une femme marocaine illettrée qui ne voulait pas se montrer et qui était l'objet du désir de quelques écrivains américains? Pourquoi je m'intéresse à elle? Par sympathie, solidarité? Merde, je suis pris au piège, obligée de prendre position avec une femme marocaine illettrée. Je suis coincée, en jouant à mon tour un rôle, en cliché. Je suis consciente qu'un artiste comme moi n'est jamais libre quand il travaille. Je sais que je ne suis pas libre, mais j'essaie quand même de sauver ma peau. Peut-être comme Shrifa qui a essayé de survivre et de s'en sortir au milieu de cette colonie intellectuelle.
Well, she was a very evil person, I think. She came at me to put my eyes out. Rushed at me and said, "You're the snake in this house." Her doctor said that Sharifa had something to do with Jerry's stroke, that she thought she'd given her took it, blackmailed her.
So, do you want to describe what we saw? I guess tell us what is it about first?
It's about this. So the desire, the motivation for me to do this video, it's come like where it's come this video. It's come from from this character that populates a lot of American literature. She called Sharifa, and she's there in a lot of books. But I was thinking, but what is interesting is also there is nothing. The only image that we have of her, it's like herself, like with the integral veil.
The full veil.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there is no image of her. There is only she's a character of a lot of writings of those Americans, and later the biographers of those writers, and the literature that comes after those people. So I was interested just of who is she,
Yeah.
this woman, just to understand who she is, you know,
Yeah.
because nobody's like she's there, but nobody's interested about herself, like who is she really, you know?
Yeah.
Because there is this image that's depicted by all these writers of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're looking at, I guess it's interesting because we're looking at, the American perspective of a Moroccan woman. And I just find it funny now that we're in the US speaking in English about your Moroccan work. But I guess let's talk about the style of the video.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you shoot it in a circle? And also that clicking at the end that we saw, with the images changing very quickly.
Right.
Yeah.
No, the circular image, like a lot of my last works are, lots of my last videos are in a circular form, because I present them like in a space, not in a wall, but like in a kind of, they became like objects in the wall, so, and the space. So it's like the reason. And yeah, so but the formal aspects is like, because I had to deal with this kind of image, because I had to deal with some archival image, you know. So it was like how to put these images in the video with like it was like more kind of technical and formal idea. formal experimentation, let's say. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll take questions from the audience if anyone has any questions. And yeah, does anyone have a question? And while you guys think, I have a few more questions.
Yeah, please, go.
So how do you feel your work is in dialogue with other artists who are also working with these themes of post-colonialism and migration?
It's like I try to follow. Of course, I mean, like, we are a part of a group of a large thing. Of course, I don't. But already, like my work, it's always make connection to
different cultures.
So not different culture, but different things.
Yeah.
Different, I make connection to Jean Genet.
Yeah.
I make connection to different writers. It's never. It's always about the other experiences.
Yeah.
So it's like for me it's supernatural to follow and to look around and to follow what's going on. All my work is coming from ideas that I like through readings and through. Yeah. So yeah, it's like I feel that I'm swimming in this kind of big thing,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it is a very big topic and
Exactly.
a global issue for sure. How do you feel like people in Morocco or Arab countries versus in Europe receive your work?
Yeah. It's difficult to say because I never had, but I had some few experiences to show in Morocco, for example, but I never show in other Arab country,
Yeah.
which is a bit. It's something that I'm aware right now, because I'm always questioning that, like who are the people who are looking to the work, but it's like I think it's like it's not up to me because it's not up to the artists in general. Like it's also an infrastructure thing, like and so in Europe it's like. In Europe, I don't know the reaction, how I can explain the reaction, but yeah, it's, but I'm not really. I just try to. I just try to do what I like to do, and to approach topics that I'm interested in,
Yeah.
rather than following a kind of trend or.
Yeah.
Or proposing a kind of an image of the desire of the other, So I'm not really. I don't. So it's like for me, it's more interesting. It's like to focus and ideas that you believe that are important and are relevant to you. Yeah.
Yeah. Before we, I forget, there is a trailer for a movie that you just released, and it showed yesterday in Colombia. So we're just gonna watch the trailer, and then you can tell us a little bit about it before we wrap up.
دوكا ولدي
No.
كاين جوج مرات اخرى قبل الوالده ديالك.
Oh,
Maybe the cable, no?
oh, I think it's just, yeah.
Okay.
دوك ولدي كان جوج بمرأة أخرى قبل الوليدة ديالك. نعم إلا كان عالم عنده بنت في الريف قالوا لي اسمها مريم عندها نفس السمية ونفس الأصل بالمرأة ديالك. سقسيت واش واصل ولدي بأنها نفس المرأة.
فتعرف عليها لأنها في مدينة وهو في مدينة وتلاقى بحكم الظروف ديال العمل ديالو والتقى معها فأحبها وخطبها على أساس أنها غريبة وأنها مما يباح له الزواج منها. المهم حطاطها الفاس في الراس وتزوج وولدت. هنالك جيء له بكل الأدلة والقرائن أن أخته.
بعد أن أصبحت تائها عند مفترق الطرق قلبي ينزف أتساءل أين هو الطريق إلى البيت؟
وعندك تكون تفكير سياسي.
هذا الفيلم شاعري.
هادشي الأفلام فيه شي فلوس.
هادشي فيه غير المشاكل.
وعلاش كتقول هادشي؟
هذا سؤال كبير.
كنت واحد الحلم مع حتى الصغير جات عندي واحد المرأة كتسقسيني على المدرس. أنا كتسقسيني شكون تينا ما كتردش عليا. هي الوالدة الله يرحمها وأنا ما عرفتها شي في الحلامة.
Yeah. No, so this is my last movie. It's like a long film. That is a trailer, and so I decide for the trailer to put just this. It's an image from the film, and also it's like I had. So it's a narrative film. So it's a story of a couple.
Is it a true story?
Yeah. It's I hear it from a newspaper. This is where come, but that is happen everywhere. Like it's a story everywhere. And but it's like the film is not really a real. It's I mean it's like for me it's not the story is not it's a kind of secondary for me.
Yeah.
You know, it's like more like so the shot, like the first idea that I had for the film, it was this shot of some like here and at this moment, like the character of the character of the film, it's experiencing tough moments. So I was thinking that it will be interesting rather to show this kind of expression of suffering or something, like to just put a kind of a glass that reflects, you know. And I think this it's a key moment in the film, and also it's a kind of image that represents well a film, like and this idea, this kind of pudor. How do you say pudor? No, not modesty. Yeah, like yeah, this way, this kind of also this idea between hiding and showing, like always this, but it's often in my work,
Yeah.
like between hiding and showing, between, yeah. So yeah,
Well, where can we see the film?
I don't know. It's it's up to. It was yesterday. Yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately, yeah.
We'll
So-
make it happen.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. But you know, with films like that, you had to put it in a festival
Yeah.
or somewhere before
Yeah.
to be able to to screen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this the first film in Arabic where the narrator is?
My you mean yeah.
So I was curious. I was going to say before I saw this, why no film in Arabic? But so now
Exactly, but that is like, yeah, but that is like, yeah, it's like, it's in a place that people are talking. It cannot. It's different than the other videos are like more like kind of there is a writing experience too. You know, it's about also the voice, about writing and talking.
Why in French? I mean, you asked this question, but kind of perpetuating a kind of a potentially colonial kind of position, if you're not, in a way.
Yeah. No, yeah, I can understand. But to be honest, for me, I don't like stop a lot of that. I don't have this kind of complexity. You know, I just it's a language among others. You know, and it's a language also that allowed me to read and allowed me to express, but also allowed me also to have a kind of. It's a battle. It's not. It's never with the languages. Languages are always like with this kind of charge, so it's always like it's always a battle with the language. And this moment is interesting also how to struggle.
The title, Visa.
Yeah, the title is like it was it's like a suggestion by a friend because it was difficult to find the title. Because this film is a kind of really, this is what I try to do. It's like a kind of abstract film. It's like, it was for me, the idea is like how to do a film that is not, where the actors are not like performing and where there is no really story, you know, like a narrative or something. There is a narrative, of course, but it's not the main thing. The main thing is like, it's like a camera experience and stuff like that. And so yeah, what was the sorry?
It's kind of, there's always the narrator. The role of the narrator is always very important, whether it's the pocket or the voice.
Exactly, it's like the voice. It's really about the voice for me. I think, this idea of a voice, because a voice, it's really interesting because like there is this kind of it's light, you know. It's the voice is like it's light, and also it's like it's performative too, you know, this kind of things. Yeah.
Why was the narrative so dramatic? It's Greek tragedy, but if it's not the main focus.
Sorry?
The narrative was very tragic. The man marries his sister.
You mean the last one?
That's not the focus.
It's no. It's like, but it's like. So the film it started by this narrative, by this story, and you get it from the beginning. And then it's like it changed completely. So for me, I want to put it in the beginning. You know, for me, I think it's like a kind of general thing. You know, it's like it's like a kind of Greek story or something. It's not something like particular. But for me, it's like it was for me. It's like just a kind of canvas to tell in a way a Moroccan story, but in a kind of deep, like to depict a kind of portrait. Like a subtle portrait of the complexity of Moroccan society, but just with a lot of subtlety and a lot of distance also, and So, but the story just in the beginning. So in the beginning, and it's a trick. Like it's like also how to keep the viewer and just to leave it somewhere. You know, it's like this.
Yeah. Well, I think that's time. But feel free to hang around and you can talk to Hamza a little bit after. But thank you all so much for coming, and thank you to Natalie and Residency Unlimited.
Thank you.